Morning everyone, Brian McManus Real Estate Update, week 8, 2026. Quite a bit to go through, and this is probably our last general weekly update. We'll start looking at separate market weekly updates so that it's a little bit more specific, and the markets are moving around a wee bit, so quite different at the moment. So we'll start off with our new market, Shell Cove, which is one we're very, very excited about. We'd identified that we had a number of buyers for seaside investments and just a seaside getaway. So we've had that for probably 4 or 5 years, and we really haven't found the right probably the right product is what we'd come back to. So it's got to be good value, it's got to be close to the water. Not only that, it's got to have all the right infrastructure in place, and that's what we found with Shell Cove. Just on the back of Shell Harbour, so you do have other facilities very, very close by, and essentially 800 metres away, which is good. So Shell Cove, what do we got? At the moment we've got over 50 properties for sale, and that's ranging from 5.5 down to 1 million. And the bulk, there's 21 properties between 1.4 and 2 million. So it's quite a just good solid stock. Five bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and 2-car garaging, 1.7. So I reckon that's really good buying. They'll rent well if you want to put it in an Airbnb, or there's some of the hotels now. The Crown Hotel is about to open up, probably about 3 months away, and once that opens up, boy, things are really going to skyrocket. So an awesome little market. About 5,500 properties in the market, so that's not including apartments. So I just look at houses. A lot of the easy care townhouses, small houses on small blocks. Who wants to be mowing a lawn? So you've got beaches, you've got Kiama up the road, or down the road, with the blowhole and the rock pool, and your Shell Harbour. You sort of would look at the rail area for the new sort of your Anacondas and Officeworks and all those sorts of things. So you've got great services, awesome lifestyle, and some really good restaurants in the area. So it's all gearing up. So we've identified that's going to be our little seaside market that we're going to be very, very active in, and you'll see them coming through our auctions very, very soon. So we'll go to the general market at the moment, and the general market, we're a wee bit detached from the American market. The American market has got a number of challenges it's working through, from insurance, not being able to get insurance in certain states, a whole state, like Florida, can't get flood insurance, can't get a mortgage. So you've got properties from 500,000 to 10 million that simply no one can raise any debt on. That hasn't happened in Australia yet. Will it? We don't know. In the Eastern Suburbs and Ways and Paddington area, we've worked tremendously well for a long time. Just going ahead and leaps and bounds. Hard to say percentages. Somewhere between around the 15 to 20% capital gain. that's conservative. We're working roughly in that little pocket at about 36 to 40,000 a square metre. That's without car parking. Car parking's adding either 500,000 or about 5%. So we're looking at entry level at about 2.5 million. No parking. No parking goes right up to about 4.5 million, and then parking kicks in at sort of 4.5 to 5 million and onwards. That market, awesome at the moment. Not enough stock, and sales are now ticking through. I think January was a very low sales volume, 6 to 10s in marketplaces, but things are coming back. So, which is good. So Eastern Suburbs, basically anything at the moment is selling at auction, and we're finding that we're not holding stock until auction. So a lot of buyers are saying, right, we want to buy this, we want to buy it before auction. How much do we have to pay to stop the auction? And that's a premium, so that's good for our vendors, and we're happy. We're very happy to pay for the room and not call any because we've sold them all, which is fantastic. Hotels, motels, caravan parks, a little bit of a dilemma there. Financing has tightened up. Finding the populations under 21,000, towns under 21,000 is where the hotels, motels or caravan parks are in. The buyers are struggling to get finance, and there's buyers that stack up. So we may have been able to get 60% finance. Some of them are down at 30 and 40%. So they've got to have a lot of equity. So it's a catch-22. We get the buyers to the auction. They can only put their hand up to the level they can afford. So I suppose the question mark is how much debt can they raise on the property, and if you've been pulling cash out, that makes it very difficult to maximise your sale price. So we've got to then bring the expectation down, and some vendors aren't responding well to that. But if you've been taking money out of the business, there's nothing I can do about that. The buyer takes your figures to the bank, and then they work out their purchase price. So when somebody says, well, you know, they're our figures, but we did this, we took this amount out, that's irrelevant. You've taken that money, that's a trade-off. So you've taken the benefit of not disclosing your full income to the tax department, to the ATO, and the downside of that is that you affect your sale price. Nothing I can do about that. But the buyers are there. We're getting 2-3s buyers to the auctions, online or in rooms, and which is great. That's that is awesome to some of these remote properties. So, and I say remote is less than 21,000 people in the town. So it can be it can be 2 hours from Sydney, it can be on the sea, but it's still remote. So where do we go to from here? 2026, it's going to be strong for properties that are marketed correctly, and I think we're going back to those standard campaigns. We're not doing a lot of our discounted campaigns anymore, and affordable campaigns, because you need everything in your arsenal to get the good quality buyers to your auction. Once we've got them there, then it's up to the vendors to set a realistic reserve, because a lot of the times we've worked really hard to get our buyers there. We get the buyers there, and the only thing that stops a successful auction as an unrealistic reserve, and that's been happening. Vendors aren't listening, and then you won't have, I can tell you from experience since '86, buyers get buyer's remorse and they're gone. If we held our auctions on Friday, they're gone by Monday. Don't expect them to come back and pay more. They won't. So then we're starting from scratch again, because all those buyers will move on. They leave the market. There's about three things they do. They leave the market, and they leave the market for 6 months at least. They go and buy something else totally different to what your product is. Or third, they just are jack of it and don't buy anything. So there we have it. The positives, we are about 16-18 days out from closing off our March auction, so get in quick. We're gonna cap our auctions at 10 a month. That's plenty. We're gonna have resi coming through as well, so different times. Resi will be first off the block at 11, and we'll bring in hotels, motels, caravan parks after that. But a case of with the resi auctions, there's more administration, so it's going to take a bit more time than the hotels, motels, caravan parks, being commercial auctions. It's a different format, a lot easier to deal with. So give me a call, Brian, 040 297 0217, Brian at brian@manusrealestate.com. Shell, Cove, thing about selling, give us a bell. Average stays on market there, roughly about 114, give or take, depending on 5, 4, 3 bedrooms or 2 bedrooms. So the auctions are only 21 days. So it's a high impact. Get the buyers that are buying now, and they're the ones that'll put their hand up and give you fair market value. So have a wonderful, wonderful week 7, and talk to you soon. 040 297 0217. Thank you.